a fight again against between the president of Sierra Leone, who is the current chairman for ECOWAS, and the Burkina Faso president. Let me take you guys to what happened. In recent days or months, the president of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada, was elected as what? The ECOWAS leader or chairman. That came into existence when the president of Nigeria, Ahmad Bola Tinubu, it resigned from that position. That tells you there is something wrong. Another thing that comes up after the election is the president of Sierra Leone, who is the chairman currently for the ECOWAS, Julius Maada BO, was granted 126 million euro for development of armies all over Africa to prevent those junta leadership, including Ibrahim Traore and the other leaders in other nations that were overthrown, to make their way to a political landscape. The most interesting part is here now. Julius Maada, when he was given the opportunity to lead, he instantly sent a clear message to the president of Burkina Faso, telling him, "Sir, Captain Traore, I need you immediately to resign from that position," which is not bad as a leader. But I guess this is not okay, to be frank enough, because if you are thinking the way people are seeing things, it is not okay. You cannot ask somebody to step down a position where he entered for the purpose of his people. The people of Burkina Faso have been crying for this kind of leader since they lose Thomas Sankara, who was once a great and incredible leader. In that note, Burkina Faso president responded by saying, it was written in French and later translated into English. To all the ECOWAS presidents, clearly stated, kindly leave Burkina Faso alone. I think we are all Africans and we need to support one another. As the president of Burkina Faso is speaking now, why are these ECOWAS presidents against whatever that I am doing? He's asking because since he was given the opportunity to lead and he has been a clear example to other leaders, people and leaders of ECOWAS have always been chasing him up and down, trying to know his move, his next standard, and why and that. He has just been extraordinary in doing his things. He continued by saying, the main issue and the main focus is to make sure that Africans are united. He continues, have you heard him clearly say, the purpose of this regime is to make Africans united. But some of the ECOWAS presidents are against whatever that I am doing. You heard him clearly? They are against whatever that I'm doing. So in that case, he's just trying to say that the president of ECOWAS currently, who is Julius Maada BO, is against him 100%, and we understand that, because he cannot be sending a message to somebody who you never elected. Neither did you ever ask him to come into governance, or did you ever make vision for his leadership to step down. Does that make sense? No. He continues saying, I know that I was planning with certain African presidents to bring me down. He knows what they are up to, clearly. As he heard what he said, he knows that they are planning to bring him down. That is there are another African leaders that are together with Julius Maada and another county leadership to bring Ibrahim Traore down because of his extraordinary work. He continued by saying something that is not possible. Imagine, he knows what he's up to. Going to what happen. He knows, and he's tough. He believes in what he believes in. So whatever thing you are saying, whatever thing you think you're thinking about is him, he doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit about that. Yeah. And if I go, remember that I was doing this for my own people. He continued by saying, if he goes off from leadership, he is doing all those for his people. I am not interested in ECOWAS, and I am not interested in joining ECOWAS. He said he is not, clearly stated with no doubt in it. He is not interested in ECOWAS, neither does he care about what ECOWAS does or what thinks about what his leadership in Burkina Faso. As long as his people are okay, that is what his purpose is in becoming the leader of Burkina Faso. And this is okay, and as we have seen things, other African leaders have been doing other things, but he's kind of extraordinary. He has changed lives, shift things, and have been doing very good, to be frank enough, since he gained leadership in Burkina Faso. By that, he continues, and all the people in Burkina Faso are comfortable with where they are right now. He's not joking. He knows what he's saying, and he plans whatever thing he's saying. that all these people in his nation are okay with where they are and what they are getting as a nation, which is clearly stated with no errors or so. They are comfortable now. Yes, we can tell by how they are celebrating him when he's out in the streets of Burkina. The next step is say, stop pressuring us. He begged the people of Africa and leadership of Africa that are against leadership to stop pressuring him. Stop giving us some warnings. We are not. He had that clearly. Stop giving us some warning. We are not ready to what? Relate to. We are ready to fight back because we are Burkina based. Clearly, he said what? If whoever tries to fight him, he's prepared and is ready to what? So fight back heavily, clearly, and he stated that. In that note, upon seeing Julius Maada strongly fighting against Burkina Faso leadership of government and democratic leadership of Togo, so need to come back. It is questionable, and I'm a bit curious to know: does Julius Maada's nation have a democracy? I guess no, because his nation recently we are battling with court case, tripartite, and so because of poor democratic rights or so. So if he's advising other mans to be democratic, does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense, because he cannot be taken off that from my eye, and whilst your eyes are filthy with that isn't possible. But that's a story for another day. But to be honest enough, people in this nation in this continent of Africa are just being under this influence of Europeans. The reign of Julius Maada has been partly involved with Europeans, because imagine European giving him 126 million euro to establish an army to get rid of this junta leadership, which is not bad. I continue by saying, leadership is not by force. Leadership is not by what you think it is okay, but it is by what the people of Africa or the people of a nation are enjoying. I asking, are the people of Sierra Leone enjoying? Because that's where Julius Maada is coming from. To be frank enough, I cannot tell 100%, but the people of Sierra Leone are under great pressure of even for subsistence in their nation. People are dying of hunger. Youths are going frustrated. Drug all over the nation. So if he's trying to advocate for democracy in Burkina Faso, forgetting his nation doesn't have democracy. And another thing here that comes to mind is, don't you guys think this president of Nigeria, Tinubu, the reason why he steps down is because his nation is not even stable. They are fighting now and then, and he knows why he was going to. And I guess the reason why he stepped down is because of this money that is sent by European Unions. The money is huge in figure and in words, but it's definitely not huge as you may be expecting it for a quality and a determined leadership. I kindly urge all of people that are listening or watching to be very mindful of this leadership in Africa. It is not as easy as you may be thinking of it. Leadership has gone beyond that. Africa must be for Africans. We stand with Africans, and Africa must be strictly for Africans. Clearly stated with no errors, no misunderstandings. So we continue by saying here, if this is what these people of ECOWAS are doing, I'm afraid. And besides, in that ECOWAS, people all over Africa are just fighting, are just in West Africa per se, are just having quarrels all over the nations. But the junta leadership, I have never by mistake heard that either Guinea or Niger or Mali or Burkina Faso are having quarrel because of one or two reasons. And besides, they are doing very well. To be frank, they are very accurate in doing what they are doing. That tells you that there is hope. There are things that are supposed to be done. They are doing for their own citizens. Whilst the people that are striving, saying democracy must take its peak, they have not done anything tangible to show or to tell that the people of their nations are enjoying or so. Okay, it is not bad, because you may say this and that or so. I guess this political eagerness or political hunger is getting to the extent. You are a president already. You cannot even take good care of your people, not can you be able them to have proper sustainability in their nations, and you are eager to lead to the entire West Africa. The question is, where are we going to? Well, another thing is, again, ECOWAS are just selecting people randomly. I said that with authority. They are selecting randomly because where reality speaks in is that if Julius Maada is competent enough, there must have been criteria, there must have been things that are put in place to tell if he's okay or he's competent to be in that position where he is currently. Very good. But since the former president of ECOWAS leadership, besides before Tinubu, I've never seen any competent leader in ECOWAS. Because even Tinubu is not competent. Because Tinubu in his nation, people are stabbing, are dying, people are being killed of several things. So upon his resignation, it doesn't tell much, but it shows that yes, he has realized that he's not up to the task and he isn't up to date. He's not even prepared for that. But Julius Maada is trying to bring a fight to his people, and a nation that cannot even afford sustainability. It is funny and it's crazy, to be frank enough. But I urge you all to be very mindful of this leadership in Africa, because ECOWAS is turning to something else. To be frank and 100%, I'm certain of what I'm saying here. Because if ECOWAS is not turning to something else, why are we electing Julius Maada as a leader? What has he done? Where has he been? The questions are many to ask, to be frank enough, because the man hasn't even done much for his people. What can he do for the entire West Africa? I guess there's nothing tangible that he can give to the people. But I'm just too curious, and I'm really surprised about how they are electing their leadership in the ECOWAS parliament or in their positions or so. So on that note, I appreciate you all for staying close.